Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash. All right, double honors to my elders, apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone, where I have learned this truth and where I'm still learning this truth. And also Shalom to the remnant of Israel. All right. All right, so this is part two on the topic of um, the rebel with the sweet, what is it? The rebel with the sweetest voice, Lucifer. Okay, we're attacking this fable, right? This cunningly devised fable that is being told about Satan gathering angels to rebel against Yahweh, which is whom the world ignorantly calls God. All right, God is a trait and a title, but his name is Yahweh. Okay, so Satan or Lucifer gathered angels to himself and rebelled against the Most High and got casted down from heaven. This is what we are attacking and giving the truth of through the scriptures. Okay, I think in part one we ended off with stating that if you have to keep or stating that you have to keep praying, right, for understanding. So we're going to go to James chapter 1, and we're going to read verses 5. We're going to start at 5, okay? This is in the King James. And it reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Okay? Verse 6, "But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed." All right, so you have to be faithful in this thing, which includes you can't just pray to, not just, you cannot pray to some other name outside of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and you have to pray in faith. You have to have faith in this. All right, you have to be one of the Lord's. Okay, let's read that again in the NLT. This is James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking. But when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone." All right. Again, but when you ask him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. All right. I like how that's worded in that NLT, man. That's pretty clear in there. See what the Good News Translation says, all right? This is James chapter 1, verses 5 and 6. It reads, "But if any of you lack wisdom, you should pray to God, who will give it to you, because God gives generously and graciously to all. But when you pray, you must believe and not doubt at all. Whoever doubts is like a wave in the sea that is driven and blown about by the wind." All right. So you have to have faith in this. Okay. A lot of people have faith in all different kinds of things, man. All right. You have to pray to the correct names, the correct power, God of the Bible, okay? Yahweh. You have to pray to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, all right? All right? And have faith in those names, okay? You have to have faith in this, and only the remnant will do so, okay? But let's go ahead and go to Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7, and we're going to read verse 7, all right? This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 7 in the Good News. In the King James Version. It is in red letter, and the heading right above verse 7 reads, Prayer and Good Actions. All right, it reads, Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. All right, so pray to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai for understanding. Okay, and he will give you understanding. If you are sincere with yourself, all right, you have to be sincere with yourself. Are you sincerely, do you sincerely have faith in this? All right, you have to be sincere within yourself. All right, you read that again in the NLT. Matthew 7. Matthew 7 and 7. In the NLT. The heading above verse 7 in the NLT of Matthew chapter 7, all right, reads effective prayer, okay? It reads, Keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be open to you. Okay? All right, so either he will open a person's, all right, an Israelite, all right, either he will open a Israelite's eyes to this truth for understanding of the Bible and what it really speaks about, or, okay, or you will become a demon, all right, and end up worse than before. Some will, all right, most will be stuck in the doctrines of the world where they have been their entire lives, okay? If the Lord doesn't want you, okay, prayer is not going to change that. He hasn't wanted you from the beginning. He hasn't meant for you to get this from the beginning, all right? Matthew 7 and verse 7 in the Good News Translation. This heading reads, Ask, seek, knock. All right, verse 7 of Matthew 7 in the Good News Translation, it reads, Ask, and you will receive. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be open to you. Okay? So, this is why you, or we, all right, speaking to myself first and foremost, all right, but this is why you or we need this grace period to learn these truths, or this truth, okay? The grace period isn't here for us to just fuck around and do what we want to do. Eat what we want to eat, all right? Speak things against the scriptures, the truth, just because we feel a type of way. That's actually pointing to you're making yourself an idol, which goes back to the Lord made you do that. Why did he make you do that? It's a scary spot to be in, man. All right? So we need this grace period. Us that are coming back into remembrance of these things, do not take this period lightly. All right? Like it is said, from many of my teachers. This thing is deadly serious. Okay? So now let's go to Revelation. We said this on the last topic, I think, about time according to the scriptures. Now is not the time to be dancing, man. We don't use this grace period to be dancing. All right? This is not a time to be dancing. All right? Unless you are thinking of the time that's coming. All right? Being in the kingdom. All right? Celebrating Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right? Okay? All right, let's go back to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation 12 and verse 7. All right, this is Revelation 12 and verse 7 in the King James. All right, again, it reads, "And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." Verse 8, "And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven." All right. So this heaven means a lofty position. All right. The position that Esau Edom is in right now. Okay. That's what that's speaking of. Let's do the NLT. Revelation 12, verses 7 and 8. "Then there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels, and the dragon lost the battle, and he and his angels were forced out of heaven." All right. They fell from their lofty position. That is what this is speaking of. And that NLT tried to be sneaky a little bit, man. That's all right. Revelation 12, verses 7 and 8 in the Good News translation. Is this going to go off even more? Is this not going to be as slick as that NLT tried to be? Revelation 12, verses 7 and 8. "Then war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, who fought back with his angels, but the dragon was defeated, and he and his angels were not allowed to stay in heaven any longer." All right, so that wording in both the NLT and the Good News is enough to throw somebody off. All right, but if you have a foundation, you will see that this is still speaking the same thing that it stated in the King James, just different. All right, either they lacked understanding or they're trying to throw you off, but you get it, you get the point. All right, that heaven meaning a lofty position. All right, the position that Esau Edom is in right now, they are in their heaven, man. They are on top of the world right now. All right, let's go to verse 9 now. Revelation 12 and 9. "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." All right, the wicked seed was first Cain, or known as Cain. Okay, before Cain, they were known as the seed of the serpent. All right, this was the same serpent that beguiled Eve. Okay, he was not a serpent as these churches would have you believe. He was a man. I think we touched on that 2 topics ago. The serpent that beguiled Eve in the Garden of Eden was a man, all right, or something to that effect. Okay? Do we dare read this NLT? All right, let's see if verse 9, they're starting to get back in track, or if they throw you off even more. Verse 9, Revelation 12 and 9 in the NLT. This great dragon, the ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, the one deceiving the whole world, was thrown down to the earth with all his angels. Okay? Still a little shaky, NLT. Now let's see if this good news. Revelation 12 and 9. The huge dragon was thrown out, that ancient serpent named the devil or Satan, that deceived the whole world. He was thrown down to earth and all his angels with him. Okay? So, again, that was talking about Esau, Edom coming down from their place in this earth, being in their heaven. All right? Putting the pressure on people that don't run the world like they do. Okay? Crushing them. All right? Deceiving them, lying to them. Around every corner is a damn lie. All right? They're going to get taken out of power just like this. As fast as lightning, man. They're going to be thrown down. All right? So now let's go to Matthew chapter 3. Matthew 3. All right, 3 and 7. Again, these translations. It is not if the truth holds up to the translation. It's if the translation holds up to the truth. Okay? Matthew 3 and verse 7. All right? It reads, but when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, O generation of vipers, who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come? All right, so was the Lord talking to snakes? All right, he did say vipers there, right? He said unto them, O generation of vipers. Is he talking to a whole generation of snakes right there? Right? Did a bunch of snakes just come out of their mess and park it in front of Yahweh Shai? And he said, okay, I got something to say to you vipers, you snakes. All right, O generation of vipers. Is he talking to snakes here? No, of course not. All right, this doesn't mean that our Savior was speaking to actual snakes. All right, the Bible was written in code. Why? Because it's not meant for everyone. Okay? It's not meant for everyone to get this. All right? And there are things in here that I haven't even learned yet. The difference is you can tell someone something simple in here and they'll just draw a blank. They won't, their mind will not let them get it. The Lord will just block them, man. And you can see it come over their face. You can tell by their reaction if you're texting it. Okay? You can tell. You can just tell, man. All right. So the Lord wasn't speaking to actual snakes, man. The Bible was written in code, and you need the Holy Spirit to understand it. The Spirit is given directly from Yahweh Shai, which is whom you have to call on in order to receive it. You can call on Jesus from now until 2030, and you will not receive anything because that is not our Savior's name. All right, let's do Matthew 3 and 7 in the good news. Matthew 3, verse 7 in the Good News translation. Excuse me, it wasn't Matthew 3 and verse 7. All right, and this is John talking. Excuse me. That's right, it wasn't red letter. All right. John, do you think John was talking to snakes? Either way, do you think John was talking to snakes, man? No. All right. It reads, when John saw many Pharisees and Sadducees coming to him to be baptized, he said to them, you snakes, who told you that you could escape from the punishment God is about to send? Okay? So excuse my misspeaking right here, all right? All right, excuse me. But either way, John was not talking to a group of snakes. All right? All right, Lord, forgive me for making that, for misspeaking. All right? But anyway, John wasn't talking to snakes. All right? John was not talking to snakes. Okay? So before the wicked were known as Cain, all right? Later, they were to be known as Esau. All right, which in Hebrew means wasted away is he, because he lost his pigmentation. All right, their skin is now known as so-called white. Melanin is something that they do not have. A so-called white man cannot produce, right, a so-called black man. But a so-called black man can produce a so-called white man. All right. Let's go to Revelation 12 and 7 again. All right. Revelation 12 and verse 7. Again. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. All right. So these devils are going to make war with the Most High. All right. And it is why NATO, all right, is building its military up. All right, the upper echelon of Esau knows that the Most High has chariots, okay, that they label UFOs or UAPs or whatever they call them now, okay? This is why we now are hearing of a space military, okay? Why else would they be speaking of a space military? All right, this is Revelation 12, and we're going to continue on with 8 and 9. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And that great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Okay? An actual snake did not deceive the whole world, man. An actual snake did not deceive the whole world. All right, a serpent did not run through the world telling so-called blacks, Hispanics, and native peoples that they were not Israelites. All right, again, let me say this again. An actual snake did not deceive the whole world. A serpent did not run, okay, throughout the world telling so-called black, Hispanic, and native peoples that they were not Israelites. Okay, a snake did not tell men that they can be a woman and women that they can be a man. Okay? This dragon or old serpent, all right, represents a people. All right, these people are also called devil and Satan because they do the will of Satan. Okay? All right, Revelation 12, verse 10 now. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Messiah. his anointed one. All right. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. Okay. The Lamb. Okay. Hold on. 11. Okay. Let me read that again. Revelation 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. 11, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. All right, the Lamb that it speaks of, all right, is Yahweh Shai. All right, the people that overcame the devil or Satan or the wicked seed are the elect. All right, not all Israel is going to be saved at this time, okay, but in the kingdom, all Israel will be saved. And Lord willing, we might go into that topic next. All right. So if you are not a part of the elect, okay, you will not overcome this devil and you will die on this side. Deadly serious, okay? If you are not a part of the elect, you will die on this side. All right? The elect will overcome the devil by being covered by Yahweh Shai's blood. This is a future event that is going to happen. All right? What are the other names of the elect? All right, you have, well, these are some other names. These the elect, all right, the tabernacle of David, okay, the true worshipers, all right, the church of the firstborn, the church of the first fruits, and the Israel of God, okay? If you're not a part of those names right there, which are all the same thing, okay, you are going to die this time around. You are going to die on this side. All right, you're going to die when the Lord comes back, all right? Okay. In this land of America, okay? All right. Some of the elites of Esau Edom are going to escape. All right, but that's all part of a plan too. All right. The Lord is sending for fishers now, which are the men out here talking, telling you, preaching, prophesying this word. All right, fishing the rest of the remnant out here, the ones that are going to be unlocked by hearing this word. Okay. And then he's going to send for hunters. What are they going to do? We're going to go after those elite that escape this land known as America, all right, that hide under the water or in the, in their bunkers up above the earth or up above in the heavens, all right, that hide in the mountains in these other countries, all right. The Lord is going to send his hunters to come and get you, man, and they're going to put you in slavery, all right. You're going to go into captivity, okay. But as far as everyone else on this land that doesn't escape, if you are not a part of the elect, you are going to be burnt up. All right? You, your little ones, your closest loved one, it does not matter. Okay? The elect are spending this grace period coming back to the Lord, searching, calling on his name while he may be found. All right? If you don't believe me, read the scriptures. It's in the scriptures, man. That's where we get this from. This is the path that the elect would be walking. If you don't see it, it's because you're not the elect. All right? And yes, you should fear. If fear is starting to come over you now listening to this, hey, you in the right spirit. Fear should be coming over a lot of people, man. But pride has taken over this planet. Pride and wickedness, man. Anyway, this is going to happen, all right? So let's go to Daniel. Let's see. Hold on for a second. Let me see. Let me see where we're at. Okay. Yeah, we'll do one more verse and we'll close it with this. All right. So let's go to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And the heading in the King James reads, "The words are sealed." All right. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It reads, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book." All right. So Michael is the angel of war. All right. In Hebrew, it translates to meaning who is like the power. All right. This speaks of a future event. Yahushua is coming. All right. Yahushua is coming with Michael and the host of all his angels. This is why he is also called the Lord of hosts. The Lord has countless angels, and they are coming to break the society and kingdom of these devils. All right, the fables that are told today are a sign of this devil because they are lies, and these fables are being used to deceive the people. All right. So we're going to close it there, and we'll pick back up on this tomorrow, Lord willing. Okay. All right. So I want to end where we started. All right. So you have to know and keep in mind that everything in these scriptures are faithful and true. Okay. This is not a fairy tale or a storybook. All right. And you have to keep praying for understanding. Praying to who? Do you pray to your neighbor? All right. Do you pray to anything outside of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai? It's a done deal. All right. They're false. Okay. So let's go to James and read verses 5 and 6 again. All right, this is James chapter 1, and we're going to read verses 5 and 6. "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. All right, and I'm gonna finish with 7 and 8 also. James 1 verses 7 and 8 now. All right, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right, so with that, I say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakaha Quadash. All right, double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also, shalom to the remnant of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Lord willing, shalom.